This is called Offline. You gave me a book when we met, one you recommended in an email, one you enjoyed and said was being released as a movie in a week, and maybe we could see it when it came out. I took that as a good sign. You bought it for me the same day of the required meet and greet between online connection and official date. You bought it at the bookstore where we met in the cafe, where we met IRL in real life. Do they still say IRL now that people's life online is more real to them than any they live off? Question for another time. I never told you this before, but I saw you buying the book. I didn't know it was you at the time. I just saw a woman from the back pick up a book, Derailed by James Siegel, the one you told me about, and I wondered if it was you. Quite the coincidence if it wasn't. Then I worried if maybe it wasn't such a good sign. Derailed before we even met? As it turns out, I had nothing to worry about. You say when you first saw me, I was wearing a cape. I wasn't. Though after more than a decade, you still don't believe me. You say you were captivated by the man in that cape, so I'll let it go. For me, it was squirrel milk and yeah. After introducing ourselves and settling into an awkward seating arrangement, the last two seats in the cafe, you in a stool and me in a chair, though it never felt as if you were looking down on me, I asked what you wanted in your coffee. You said, milk. I said, I checked, and all I had was squirrel milk. I don't know why I said it, but I did. And without missing a beat, you said, I wonder how they get the milk from the squirrel. We bantered back and forth about the logistics of milking squirrels. We talked about it for a while, probably longer than anyone should, until you declared that squirrel milk just wouldn't cut it. I asked if black would be okay, and you smiled and said, yeah. Just like that. You looked me right in the eyes and let out a breathy, yeah. And suddenly, I couldn't catch my breath. So I caught yours, and that was it. I have no idea what we talked about over tea and black coffee. Obviously, this was years before you gave me the ultimatum of drinking coffee or getting a dog. But that's a story for another time. But when we were through having met and greeted and fallen in love, I asked, may I call you? And you answered, I will be awaiting it with great anticipation. And you did, and I did, and here we are. Still looking for that cape in the closet. Still trying to figure out how to milk a squirrel. Still in love?